The coming-of-age genre has been a staple in the world of literature and movies, where some movies might even stem from literature. Because this genre has been around for so long, it has had the opportunity to change and develop into something different from its origin. An example of this can be seen through the differences of coming-of-age films from various cultures. Take the movies Juno and Mustang. Both movies share the same genre and tell a story of childish protagonists that learn certain, different, yet valuable lessons as the movie progresses, maturing the protagonist as a result. Lale and Juno, the main protagonists of both movies respectively, are both characters that we, the audience, witness going through these valuable lessons. Both are from the same movie genre, however, both are almost completely different and are portrayed differently. Starting off with Juno, a high school teen who lives a decent and quiet life and has practically little to no problems in her life. That is until she gets pregnant by her longtime best friend, Polly Bleecker. Shortly after, Juno experiences many lessons that teach her what it is to be mature, in her case, what it's like to be a good mom. Juno, prior to learning her lessons, was portrayed as being this self-confident woman who is capable, comfortable, and brave enough to make her own decisions. Most characters followed whatever it is she decided and respected her choices. But towards the climax, where, because of some issues with her best friend Bleecker and Mark Loring, the man she was supposed to give her baby to, Juno learned harshly what it is to not be in control of life. However, Juno overcame this problem and matured as the movie ended, being less selfish and thinking more about the baby, that baby's new mom, and her potential boyfriend, Bleecker. In addition to this, in American coming-of-age movies, a sense of comedy is given throughout the movie until the climax where everything gets more serious. This somewhat symbolizes how Juno herself matures from the beginning, where she's this free, goofy teenager that does whatever she wants until things get serious, and she does too. Music plays a big role in the movie as well. It is used to transition from one scene to the next, and often sets the mood for each scene, as well as connects characters together, like Juno and Mark and Juno and Bleecker. On the other hand, we have Lale, and her experiences of being a young girl in Turkey. When you watch the movie, you can immediately sense the differences between Juno and Mustang. Mustang creates a sense of seriousness and tension, in contrast with Juno. Growing up as a young girl in Turkey, you are taught that you must act a certain way. You cannot fool around with boys, you are expected to do what a man says, you're expected to be married off no matter how old you are, and if you do not commit to these rules, you would be looked down upon by society. Tension is created as Lale and her four sisters rebel against these teachings and their culture to pursue a more free life. However, because of their abusive uncle and strict grandmother, they always get into trouble. Things get even more serious as their grandmother decides that it is time for them to all be married off. The two oldest sisters are placed into arranged marriages and separated from the other three sisters. As the next two were to be married off, the third eldest sister commits suicide as it is revealed that her uncle has been sexually abusing her, and pressure from her own culture pushed her to a point where she couldn't take it anymore. And as the movie hits its climax, Lale and her only sister left with her were able to escape and go somewhere where her uncle, grandma, and her culture couldn't reach her. Unlike Juno, music does not carry as much of an important role in Mustang, but it still adds to the seriousness of the movie. Mustang remains serious throughout the whole movie, whereas Juno is more comedic. Additionally, where Juno aims to be more moral lesson giving towards the audience, Mustang aims to be more informative of the impression that women face in their culture. They teach the audience what it is like to grow up as a woman in their society, and how Lale and her sisters rebel against it. As a result, you end up with this movie of not only teenage rebellion, but women's rights as well, and has the audience cheering for Lale and her sisters throughout the whole movie.